Hey YouTube, welcome back to my reloading bench. This is Mopar Madman with one more video for you. As you can see, I've got a couple new toys on the table, and I thought I'd go over today kind of why I bought them, a couple reasons, and just put some more information out there. So, those of you guys who have been following me, you guys know that I've been loading 6.5 Creedmoor because I've got a Ruger precision rifle, and up until this point, I've been reloading everything with my Lee dies. I'm not trying to say anything bad against Lee. In fact, most of the dies I own are Lee. I have one other set of RCBS, but I do most of my work on Lee dies. And so I didn't really hesitate to pick up the Lee Ultimate die set when I was started off loading 6.5 Creedmoor. It's not that I think it does a bad job, but I found a couple reasons why I thought Hornady was going to do better. First, I was going to go through, ruin the punchline. I've set all my dies up and done a little bit of sizing in advance to make sure everything is set the way I want it, so I could demonstrate it and not have you guys sit around for an unreasonable amount of time trying to watch me fumble. So I'll go over the die set a little bit. First of all, the Lee dies come with the four die set. So you've got a full length sizer, a neck sizer, your bullet seating die, and then your factory crimp die. Everyone that knows Lee's factory crimp die is kind of the most famous, and a lot of people think is the best in the business. And I kind of tend to agree with that. I kind of like the factory crimp dies on no matter what you're loading, and you can kind of set it for whatever you want. Not a big fan of the roll crimp, but teach you to their own. So why would I steer away from that? To start with, on those Lee dies, I was really having a significant amount of trouble going through and actually setting my headspace correctly. And so without getting into a gigantic conversation about headspace, let me just explain to you as quickly as I can what I was trying to do. So, first of all, I'll take some match factory ammunition. This is a box of Hornady 140 grain ELD match that I haven't done anything with yet. So, importantly, I'll take one of these and let's look to see what a factory round looks like. So, looking at the headspace, on a factory round, about 1.529 is set back on the headspace. Now, going through, I've sized some of these with different die sizes, and I'll go through that just to kind of demonstrate for you guys a little bit. So, I know that I went through and did these with the Lee. Now, the Lee die, when I have it in here, and I'll demonstrate for you guys, it's really, you're working the press pretty hard to make this resize happen. And well, first of all, I should have showed you. So here's what I haven't sized yet. So when I shoot this in my gun, what does it expand to? So 1532. So I went from 1529 to 1532, about 3 thousandths that the headspace expands. So I need to push it back 2 to 3 thousandths. So is what everybody seems to say is kind of what you're shooting for. And so I really have the Lee die, I'm camming it really hard, guys, and then the setback that I'm getting with it is barely any. See, 1532. Let's pick another one that's been sized that. See, 15315. I mean, it's really not pushing that shoulder back very much at all. You know, a half a thousandths at most. And honestly, if you don't have it really torqued down, that shoulder actually comes out. And as I said, I'll show you the setting that I've got on here. If you throw this monster in the press, I mean, I'll let you guys hear. I mean, I don't know if you guys can get a real good thing on that, but that is over cam to the max. I mean, I guess I could do it a little bit more, but it just didn't seem to be doing any good. I mean, I really never had to cam anything over that hard to get the headspace to go back that far. But it worked. I've reloaded stuff with it, and you guys have been watching the channel. You've seen everything I've reloaded. I've reloaded on this die so far. So right now is going to be the first experiment going with the new dies. With the new dies, again, I'm shooting back for that factory thing. I should be able to set this back, you know, somewhere close to what the factory is, which is 1529. So 15295. So right in that range. So I really just couldn't get there, and so I got 2 different die sets, and I really didn't understand. Hornady doesn't do, in my opinion, a very good job of telling you what's included and not including in the die sets. And I was so frustrated when going through this kind of stuff. So I thought I'd just kind of lay out part of my video saying, hey, this is and isn't what included. So those are both 2 die sets. Both of them include a sizing die and a bullet seating die. So we got 4 versus 2. Aside from really not being able to set that shoulder back, another thing that really pushed me to go look at the Hornady dies was specifically, if you guys have been watching my channel, you know I've been doing the 143 grain ELDX. I've really been trying to get a solid load with that, and I really haven't got to where I want yet. Now I've got some improvement. Last load I think I put up is the Super Performance load I have. So I saw then in Hornady, because I catch their, I look on the web every now and then, I saw that on their new product listing, they have a 143 grain ELDX stem. Huh. People must be having such an interesting problem trying to seat that projectile that they offer a stem now. But of course, it's not a stem for a Lee die, it's a stem for a Hornady die. So that kind of pushed me like, well, if I want the stem for the specific projectile that I'm trying to load, maybe I should think about doing Hornady dies. So when I started looking at Hornady dies, I said, what do they offer? They have their American series, they have a custom grade series, and they have the match grade series. So trying to compare apples to apples and go everything, you guys can go watch their videos. I'm not going to do a commercial for Hornady on here. I'm just going to tell you what I found in the package, what I didn't find in the package. I'll put some shots up on the screen, and I'll give you actual, a better thing what I'm here. This is just what I'm going to utilize. The shots on the screen are going to show you that the custom grade die comes with 2 dies. It's going to have the bullet seating die and the sizing die. This is their sizing die, which they call on a zip spindle. It was really easy to adjust, cleaned up real nice. I really couldn't find anything to complain about. The only real improvement that you're supposed to get from your zip spindle die to your match grade is the fact that this has a bushing. The bushing out of the other was there, but this is exactly what it looks like, except the other one that's in there is 288, not 286. You put this bushing inside of this die, and that is what does your neck sizing for you. So it's supposed to allow for very specific neck tension, and it also floats in there. So it's supposed to allow that cartridge to center itself and thus supposedly have better concentricity overall. But we're going to find that out. I'm going to put out another video, but this is just my introduction to what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. So walking through the process, decided, hey, it was only an extra, I think I got the custom grade dies for an extra $32, and so I sprung for the extra set. I thought, well, I might do my full length sizing with this. I'm just going to do my neck sizing operation with the match grade, but if I do new brass or whatever, I might keep it around, and that way I don't have to keep flipping back and forth. I'm kind of crazy like that, so I thought, in all what I was spending on this, $30 wasn't a big deal. So now I've got everything. Now I can kind of compare the two and understand, and you guys should hopefully benefit to understanding what's in the case. Now, the bullet seating stems inside of these are almost identical. The only difference that I could tell was the match grade, which I could not tell from any of the packaging or any of the information I could find online on Hornady's website, was that it comes with the micro adjust. And it also comes, though I couldn't find anything on there, it also comes with an extra seating stem. So this grade comes with 2 seating stems, like I'll show on the screen right now. You've got 2 seating stems, the one that's in it, and then the extra one that you can see in the photo. And then it comes with the micro adjust. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure that those are identical seating stems. But the micro adjust, I didn't know if it came with it, so I bought one just in case. And turns out it came with it. But so I've got another one, because this is like, this is like, in comparison, I paid $72 for this die set and $31 for this die set. But again, this die set comes with a $24-ish micro adjust seating stem, an extra stem to allow you to do different things. The one in here, according to Hornady, and I will probably put the text in the email that I got on for you guys to see, because I very specifically wanted to know, and I even asked them after I bought it, to be honest, what seating stems are in the match grade die, what seating stems in the custom grade die, and how do I know the difference? Because I see, and I specifically told them, I said, well, I see you guys are offering 2 additional stems aside from what's offered in the match grade die. One is an AMAX stem, but this is also supposedly the correct seating stem for the 140 grain ELB match bullet that you guys have seen me shoot. So I'm like, well, if I'm going to go all out, I might as well go completely crazy. And these seating stems are about $13 retail a piece. I think I got it for $12.50. You know, no big discount. So I got both seating stems. I got the bushing. This does not come with a bushing. I should have said that right from the get-go. That's in this size. You are not going to be able to size brass right out of the gate with what you get in this. You have to buy a bushing. How do you figure out which bushing? Because I kind of read this online, but I really didn't find a great explanation anywhere. So, from what I could tell, here you go, guys. If you wanted to know if this might be the magic part of the video you all wished you'd seen. You're supposed to take a round of loaded ammunition and measure that. And once you get that measurement, you're supposed to subtract 2 thousandths. You can see, guys, the 290, 289.5 right in there was the measurement I was getting. So the bushing, and if you look on Midway and you want to, people that are talking on there, 288. Coincidentally, if you guys follow Ultimate Reloader, he does a quick snippet on this die set, and he says 288 was the bushing he was using. So I did say another guy that was loading 286. I'm thinking about doing some neck turning, and so that might be the right one to go with if you guys are going to neck turn your brass. I haven't decided if I'm going to go there or not, but I got the bushing because those are not in stock everywhere, and sometimes they're hard to find, especially the 288. I had to wait a few weeks to get that. So onward and upward, guys. Pretty much the seating stem, the seating dies are the same. Again, micro adjust and additional stem. The sizing die, that's just a straight zip spindle sizing die, and it's going to set your neck tension to whatever it is, same every time. You really have no control over it, whereas this, you can set your neck tension on your projectile to be whatever you want it to be. So if you wanted to set it to something specific, or you want to do test, buy 3 or 4 different bushings and go through those and see which one you like better, you're more power to you. But you got to have the match grade die set to utilize those. You can obviously put a micro adjust system onto your spindle and do that with the custom grade if that's what you guys wanted to do. The only thing you'd be missing out on is the neck size, which you can buy this die separately from the set if you wanted to, and basically buy a couple toys and you can upgrade your custom to the match, and then you don't have to worry about it. So guys, real quick, I'll run a piece of brass so you can get an idea how much I'm really working the press with each die to get where I'm going. Again, this was all once fired brass. This is all fire formed in my chamber, and I'm only trying to get that setback, 2 thousandths, 3 thousandths kind of max setback. So I really just not working the brass too hard and not decreasing my brass life if I can. I'll give you guys, so the first look, we'll do the lead die. If you guys wonder what I'm doing, I index all of my bushings so I know I set it back in there every time. Probably a little bit ridiculous, but that's just what I do. So, first we'll do Lee. So, I always use Imperial sizing wax, guys. That's kind of what I universally use for everything. Put a little bit, especially this, you got to put some in the neck. Set it on there. So, size, nice. We'll clean it up just for fun. We'll take a look and see what the headspace on this is. Sure, 0's still good. 0's good. So 1, 5, 3, and 5. It's like a half thousandths. I guess I should have measured it for you guys ahead of time. So let me do that. So our right out of the chamber size. 1, 5, 3, 2. And again, I've measured a lot of these, so they're pretty consistent. You might find half a thousandths one way or another, but it's pretty darn consistent. So quite a lot of work with that handle. Obviously, it's not that difficult, but quite a bit of work. And that's really as much as I can cam that over. It really is cammed over a lot. I've really never cammed anything else over quite that hard. But to get that setback, that's what it's taken me. So you can see I sized that piece of brass that hard, and it doesn't even really show any setback. Well, I guess maybe 1, 5, 3, and 5. So barely a half a thousandths. It really is working that brass pushing it in there. I'm just not setting the shoulder back. So guys, I'm going to size a piece of brass. This is the custom grade die. Make sure we're all zeroed out here. So we're starting out at so 15325 is my headspace. Get this guy lubed up. So 15295, 1530. So right in that range where I was having that setback. So I've had no problem, and again, not over camming hardly at all. I mean, nowhere close to the lead, not even the same ballpark. I'm having no trouble getting that shoulder set back to exactly where I wanted it to get set back to. So guys, let's try the match grade. Again, this is the bushing die. It's going to have a significantly less amount of work because I'm not re-expanding the head after it makes it smaller. So just again, loop it up. Not quite as much on the neck because it doesn't have that expander ball. You're going barely any work at all. I mean, it just floats in there so easy. It's barely working the brass. And then right there, guys, 1529. So you're getting your shoulder set back. You're getting, it's right there in the. And I thought I'd do another quick comparison just to kind of give you guys an idea, right? So I told you that the match grade bushing I have in there is 288. So if you wanted to measure what that is, so it seems to be pretty consistent at 2885. The ones that I had resized with the Lee die, those were actually, it opened it back up even more. 2895 is what the outside of these were. So, before it was formed back, 2945, what those open up to. So it's resizing to just give you guys an idea. So it really, it's smashing it, opening it back up, and so, the match grade, again, 288 is what that bushing is. And so, well, what about custom grade? What if you guys don't want to fool with everything? What is it set back? It's actually 2875, so it's real close to that 288. If you guys keep following my channel, subscribe. The next test you guys are going to see, I'm going to load some up with each one of these die sets, and I'm going to show you what the difference is. So see if we see better groups, see if we see more consistency on the extreme spread. And just all together, we'll just have to see what happens. But anyway, I just thought I'd give you guys a quick overview. Thanks for sticking with me. Just compare the 3 die sets and why I'm probably going to switch to the Hornady dies. If it doesn't get better results, I'll be surprised. But you never know. We'll see what happens. But I certainly I'm really excited about having the seating stems for the actual bullets that I want to shoot. More testing coming down the road, guys. Subscribe to the channel. You'll see me shoot some groups. I've had this season I've bought some more toys. I've got some more stuff to try. So I think if you guys subscribe, you'll be interested in what's going on. So I hope you guys found that information interesting. I don't want you guys to take it as a Lee bashing video. I just want to say that's the experience I've had with my dies. So I really couldn't put the shoulder back where I wanted it to, and I don't really want to work my case. I'm over camming that really as it is, and I don't want to have to. I realize I can start grinding on the die. I just don't have the right equipment to do it, and I'm not. And so because I was so interested in the seating stems, it just kind of pushed me this way, and that's why I did it. So I'll do another shooting video, I'll take the same projectiles, seat them, you know, with each of the same. I haven't decided what seating stem I'll use for the custom grade. Just go through everything, because obviously you can put any one of the seating stems into the match grade or the custom grade just as well as the match grade. So the biggest difference between these two sets, you know, like I said, is your sizing die. So if you guys want to have that match sizing die, or if you guys just want to stick to the custom grade but you guys want to do some upgrades to the seating stem for the projectile you guys want to shoot, hey, you can easily do that with a $32 set and buy a couple other toys with it and you're good to go. So anyway, thanks for sticking along with me, YouTube. I appreciate it. Like, subscribe to the channel. I'm really trying to put out some content that I couldn't find anywhere else. I hope you guys enjoy it. More shooting videos, you know, more my experience on the reloading bench, and got a couple more toys I'll probably start throwing some reviews up. So anyway, thanks YouTube. Have a good one.